In this video, we are going to evaluate microservices architecture for the first iteration our e-commerce application. As you know that we have designed and adapted the technology stack, and this is our way of learning the course flow. According to course flow, now it is time to evaluate the current architecture. In this step, we will ask what's wrong with this architecture and how can we improve this current design. There are lots of issues that we should evaluate when working with microservices. That's why before deep dive into specific problem, we should discover topics that we should consider when evaluating microservices. That means we will group our considerations of microservice architecture. You can see the illustration on the slide. These are the main consideration groups that we will solve one by one. So if you look at the main consideration groups, the first one is decomposition, breaking down microservices. So this is the first consideration, and the second consideration is microservices communications, and the third main consideration is data management. That we can see in the picture. The first one is how to breaking down, decompose these microservices, and we will solve how to communicate the microservices from the client to server and also internal microservice communication. And we also solve data management problems, how we can choose database, how we can perform CQRS event sourcing patterns into the data management, how we can provide data consistency. And after that, we will consider some other topics that are the transaction management, which will be the distributed transaction management, and microservices deployments and microservices resilience. So this means we should evaluate and concentrate all these topics one by one. Here you can see our vertical consideration list when we design any architecture. These are the decomposition, breaking down the microservices, communications, data management, distributed transaction management, deployment, and resilience. So by this order, we should start with the microservices, decompositions, communications, and data management. And after that, we will see transaction management, deployment, and resilience. So we will start with the first consideration, which is the decomposition, breaking down microservices. The question is how to decompose breaking down application into microservices, where these product, shopping cart, discount, and ordering microservices comes from, how we can decide the decomposition and breaking down in this way.